So Bob Iger is really not looking good right now over his role and status as CEO over at Disney, and everything revolving around Indy 5, the Marvels, Wish, the Haunted Mansion, and more. Let's get into it. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you are new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support, and let's get right into what's going on with Mr. Iger, as I like to call him Uncle Bob. Now, we know that in the past, the Battle of the Bobs between both Chapek and Iger was a very big deal, but now Chapek is probably laughing his way on some island, drinking away martinis, just seeing what Bob Iger is going through right now. There's no doubt about that. And given that there's a lot of things happening with, of course, everything going on with the Dial of Destiny and what's looming for the Marvels, and how the board is growing very much impatient with Bob Iger's efforts that are failing each and every time, month by month, there lies a bigger issue that's been going on behind the scenes, so let's cover every single angle about all of this, because one thing about Iger that a lot of fans need to realize is that he really comes across many times as disingenuous and not genuine to the general audience, and manipulative, and trying to actually hide his own agenda out there. And look, all of these people over at Disney, they always have ulterior motives whenever they step forward or they have specific plans in place. It's never really for the fans, be it Star Wars, Indiana Jones, or even lately the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been real hit and miss. So let's dive into all of this, shall we? So, with Indy 5 collapsing at the box office right now, as we know it, on par with The Flash and that performance, Disney has been falling into panic. However, behind the scenes, Bob Iger is described to be very angry and even had heated arguments with the board about what's been going on with the quote-unquote Disney boycott. Right now, behind the scenes, Bob Iger is said to be growing very worried and angry about the performance of not just Indy 5, but also they have noticed a downtrend of park goers for Galaxy's Edge after they decided to shut down the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which will happen in September, showing a sign of defeat. Not just that, but Disney has noticed the upward backlash from fans against the big budget film known as The Marvels, starring Brie Larson again, and that this film combined with the Haunted Mansion and Wish is Bob Iger's backbone to survive at Disney, as they are all November releases for this year. Iger reportedly had very heated arguments with the Disney board about the rise in the Disney boycott, quote-unquote, on many levels such as the films, Disney Plus shows, and the parks even as well. So guys, let me stop here for a second. Now, we know that they look at it like a boycott, but in reality, it's a disinterest. There's just a lot of fans that are not interested in what Disney is doing anymore, at least for the most part. Sure, they may have some great things on the horizon here and there, but for the most part, everything is not looking great. You know, we know that Ahsoka has a chance by John and Dave to create that momentum again for Star Wars, and I mean a chance. And on top of that, we also have a lot of things going on right now with everything in line with the Acolyte and how that also is really destroying any kind of momentum for 2024, because Leslie Headland's job is to literally divert away from George Lucas's philosophy and water down Star Wars and the nature of the Sith, etc. So, we know that Bob Iger is growing defensive every single week as he realizes that he's not going to get that $1 billion mark worldwide for Indy 5, as much as he believes that and has stated that before in the past couple of days, that he, along with Kennedy and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, fully believe that they're going to hit that mark. There is no way it's going to happen. Look, it's July 4th already, which, by the way, guys, happy 4th of July to you all. And we have just a short number of days to go until Tom Cruise's hit Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 debuts on July 12th, technically the 11th, because you gotta count that pre-night, right? And so they really are growing very thin. As of right now, I believe the last time I checked in total, it stood around 140 million worldwide. If you guys want to update that, if it did update that, very thankful for that, guys. But anyways, moving toward the next big thing here, alright? Now, further developments is that Disney has acknowledged that it got even worse After the release of Indy 5, we're talking about the park attendances and everything related to Disney Plus interest levels, and they are already planning on raising the rate of the annual subscription for Disney Plus in the next several months, which will further divert fans away without question. Many of the board members have come to realize the core of the issue for the most part is Kennedy, while other board members blame IGER. IGER is said to be putting full blame on the fans for not supporting diversity and strong female characters, and the truth is he is a big part of the problem as well besides Kathleen Kennedy. IGER has been acting this way after realizing his status as CEO is nearing an end and will be leaving behind a failed legacy and a big mess for the next CEO to take over in 2024, either for better or worse. IGER is preparing to make a big statement about Indy 5 in the coming weeks, however, if Indy does not meet that $1 billion mark worldwide or even shows any kind of signs toward meeting that goal. So, again, it's just crazy that this is where we are right now with Indiana Jones 5. It's still on par with The Flash and that performance, and what's crazy to know about this already is that The Flash is already flooding out of theaters. There are dwindling showtimes if you guys go scroll through July 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and onwards. They are removing that movie from thousands of theaters progressively very fast, and it's going to be on streaming before you know it by this August/September. So, Bob Iger, basically we've talked about this before, but the bigger development here is that his job is really heavily reliant on the success of Haunted Mansion, Wish, and the Marvels all combined for this November. If they all fail, they want him out. The board wants nothing to do with him anymore. They want him over and done with, and they want to get him out by December or January of 2024 at the latest to bring in a new CEO. They already have a lot of candidates in mind that they would like to take over and replace Bob Iger and to really kind of rebuild Disney. But you know what? It's not just Iger. There are a lot of board members, by the way, that are the problem too. I mean, I think we all have to remember that some of the board members too need to get out of there and be replaced as well. So anyways, there's a lot of things happening here between Bob Iger and the development of the Dial of Destiny and how they've been really trying to upsell this movie so desperately with the Applebee's tickets and that promotion, which was so desperate, by the way. And as well, on top of that, we also have how Bob Iger has been really confidently saying that this movie is, without a doubt, going to hit $1 billion worldwide. And it's just not going to happen. It's not. You know, you got a couple more days to go until Tom Cruise makes his debut on the big screen. And that's going to really crush the box office numbers and on a world record scale, I believe. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. And so it's sad for Harrison Ford, it's sad for Indiana Jones as a franchise of what it means today. But yeah, I mean, what can you expect? It's Disney, and we all saw this coming months, even years ago, when they greenlighted this movie. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.